everyone, it's Daniel, and I thought I would just talk a little bit about the essential oils that I found has been totally indispensable during the MCO, the Malaysian Movement Control Order. So now we are in the conditional phase. Everyone should be feeling a little bit better, and we've just celebrated Raya, but on the 18th of March, when they first announced the MCO, I was really glad that I had all my oils with me. So um, because I knew that it helped me through that time, especially during April when the clampdown was really quite tight. So first I'm going to talk about Cedar Wood. So I used Cedar Wood oil this way. This way. Okay, so cedarwood oil is a woody kind of scent, and I use it a lot for sleep because it was quite a stressful period, and I think not just me, a lot of people had difficulty sleeping. Cedarwood is one of those oils which is fantastic for sleep. It has a very calming effect. Later on I will put up a link in a blog post that I will post here later on with the chemical makeup of cedarwood. It helps to ground you, it helps to calm you down, and it really puts me to sleep, especially if I place a drop on the forehead before bed, or on the base of neck, or both, which is what I usually do. I do both. And aside from that, cedarwood also is really great for repelling bugs, and it's also good for skin if you want to use this for a nighttime part of your nighttime routine. You can use cedarwood to help your skin as well as to go to sleep. So cedarwood is just one of those oils that I'm just so happy that I had. And the second oil that I found quite useful was Digest Zen. Okay, Digest Zen, I smell a lot of fennel when I open it up, but I know it has ginger and lemon, I think, peppermint. You can check online, or I will put up a link to Digest Zen on that blog post. So what happened is, on the second or third day of the MCO, I had really bad food poisoning. So aside from Reiki and stuff like that, doctors, they were not really open. So initially at least, and so Digest Zen really helped relieve the pain and the nausea, and it's just one of those oils that we use quite fairly often. Also, the doctor told us, because during the MCO we are not moving about so much, and also because of stress that affects our stomach and our whole gastrointestinal system. So that was initially, I don't know what's going to happen after the 9th of June, but I thought I'd just mention Digest Zen is just one of those oils that you should have in your home. And the next oil that really helped us, and that I know a lot of people love, is Past Tense. Okay, this is the tension blend, and I do a lot of exercise at home now, working out at home, and as well as slouching over the computer trying to get things done. And Past Tense just helps to relieve tension, and I really like the smell. It kind of reminds me of root beer and sarsi and that kind of sarsaparilla smell. It has a very soothing kind of smell. I wish they had it to diffuse, because it really is great, and it kind of like relieves the tension, especially if you have it on the neck, forehead. Don't put it on if you're a bit sweaty, because it may burn, but it is really good. It's one of those, the tension blend is one of those oils that you really need as well. The fourth oil that I will discuss, so I'm going to talk about 8 oils. I should have said this in the beginning, but the fourth oil is lemon. So lemon, I used a lot for cleaning, because I didn't used to cook so much, so I ended up cooking a lot, and no matter how much I used to wash my fingers, I'll still have the garlicky, oniony, raw garlic, raw onion, and sometimes tuna and sardine smells on my finger, and I'd use lemon to get rid of it. And the initial phase of the MCO, when I had nothing to do, I found myself cleaning furniture in the middle of the night. So I've got a lot of wooden furniture, as you can see, so I scrubbed that down, and that after kind of scrubbing them down, they tend to lose their sheen, but lemon kind of restores the sheen back into wood. So I use just a drop or two, and wipe down the clean furniture after that. So lemon I find quite indispensable. And of course, during this time, when we're talking about viruses and pandemics and illnesses and disease, On Guard is one of those oils that you should be using on a daily basis. So I really love On Guard. It's one of the oils that I really enjoy. It has the orangey, cinnamony, clovey kind of smell, and it reminds me a little bit of Christmas. It has that kind of spicy, fruity smell, and I usually, how I take it, this pure blend of oils is I put a drop in my black coffee in the morning, or you can try it in tea if you like, or alternatively you can just put it in a drop of teaspoon of honey with a drop of On Guard. May taste nice. I've never tried it, but you can give it a go and let me know. And also, whenever I went out, I'd carry the On Guard Touch in On Guard in a roller ball, which is mixed with fractionated coconut already. Because initially I did not have any hand cleaner, and in Malaysia, as you know, we do not have the dōTERRA hand wash, so I use this to kind of clean my hands. This as well as oregano, but this more often because this smells better than oregano. Okay. And then peppermint. I found during the MCO that peppermint was one of those oils that I really was almost craving for. The initial month was really hot, and because I teach online yoga, so I use this before class. Okay, so that comes in a roller ball, the peppermint touch as well. So I use this before class. I may be diffusing this during class. Of course, nobody else can smell it except me and my cats, but it really helped me. It helped the class, and it kind of uplifts the spirits. It's got uplifting smell. Peppermint has got high vibrations, so it's just a good oil to have around. So far we've talked about 6 oils, and the 7th oil that I use a lot was tea tree. Okay, because this is related to my skin. I've got very sensitive skin, so if the cats are a little bit dirty and they brush up on me, or as well as I tend to get rashes or sometimes skin issues on my face. So I use tea tree, and tea tree also comes in a touch. Okay, that's it. So you can use this. This is with fractionated coconut oil already, so it's less harsh on the skin. And I use tea tree a lot because, as I mentioned, I cooked a lot, and I haven't really cooked that much before. And aside from cooking, I ended up chopping up my fingers and things like that. So tea tree I would use this to clean out the wounds on my fingers. Okay, I'm getting better at it. And linked to tea tree would be the final oil that I use, which is lavender. Okay, which also comes in the touch bottle. So lavender does the same kind of things that tea tree does for the skin. Whether you've got skin issues or rashes like I do, or if you cut your hand. Usually I use both tea tree and lavender because tea tree on its own I find a little bit harsh, so I kind of tone it down with lavender and fractionated coconut oil. So these are the 8 oils that I use a lot during the actual MCO. Hey everyone. Okay, as mentioned, I wanted to do a video about an additional 3 oils that I found very useful during the CMCO. That's the conditional phase of the Malaysian Movement Order control. So we're still stuck at home, although we can go out with some restrictions. So things like gyms and other places where you may have a lot more bodily contact, places like this are closed. So I'm a very active person. I'm a yoga teacher as well as a personal trainer. So I would exercise a lot, and I was getting a little bit tired of working out indoors in my living room. So I started taking my exercise out, doing sprints and doing pull-ups and stuff in the playground. And then I started really aching. So I ended up using a lot of Deep Blue. Deep Blue is finishing. Okay, Deep Blue is the blend that we use to kind of soothe our sore muscles. So it comes in a touch. This is with fractionated coconut oil, or it comes pure as well in a 10 ml roller bottle, or you can get it in the rub version. So I ended up using all because I started doing sprints, and sprints are power movements. So my thighs especially, they really ache, my thighs and my right butt. So Deep Blue, I use that for really, it really helped. Usually if you start exercising, you'll be sore for a day or two. This one, it just lasted for like half a day after the exercise, and that's it, done. And then, because I started working out outdoors a lot, I started blending these 2 oils together, which is dōTERRA Shield, which helps protect against, repel insects and protect against outdoor stuff, well, mainly insects and bugs, as well as lemongrass. Okay, so I found dōTERRA Shield on its own not so useful for me in terms of mosquitoes. It does help, but it's not 100%. I found blending it together with lemongrass really useful. So what you can do is, what I did is I put it in a little glass spray bottle, maybe 3/4 full of vodka and water. So but if you can't have vodka on you, then you can just use normal water and blend in these 2, dōTERRA Shield and lemongrass, and that really helps get rid of bugs. Okay, that really, I found that I was using these 2 a lot. So these are the 3 oils that I use, but I just want to continue on with lemongrass. So lemongrass I continued using for joints because, as I mentioned, I've not sprinted for a long time, and I started sprinting mainly because I wanted to burn more calories. I found that my right knee especially, was really bugging me. So lemongrass is really good for joints. I also have quite a latent right elbow issue, so I use lemongrass for that as well. So these are the 3 additional oils that I use. But if you have joint issues or muscle issues, you can also use a combination of lemongrass, marjoram, aroma touch. It depends on what exactly you have actually, so I can't go more than that. So these are the additional 3 oils that I use during the CMCO, and I hope that this has helped. If there's anything else that you'd like to add, just let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for your time, and wishing you all a great evening ahead. Okay, or day ahead. Okay, bye.